Hi there. Welcome back to Socially Awkward. I would like to thank everyone so much for your patience. It has been a chaotic month and a bit for me, but I am finally back, and we're finally ready to pick up where we left off. So, given that it's been a long time, I suppose it is alright if I give the usual content warning again. You may have forgotten that Socially Awkward is an 18+ gay furry visual novel, so please click off this video now if you are under the age of 18, do not want to see this content, or have other grievances of any kind. I don't really care what they are, because I'm here and I'm going to read my thing, and if you don't want to be here, goodbye. But with all of that said, let's dive right back into it, shall we? Wednesday, 2:53 a.m. Waking up from the movement of the earth, you feel the house shaking your bed side to side.
Earthquake?
You wait for the quake to pass, listening to any cracks or expected tumbling. Then it stops. All go silent. Not a chirp from the crickets, not a creak from the door, not even the hoot from an owl.
Huh. Guess it's over. Can't sleep.
You decided to head down to the kitchen and find something to eat. Opening the fridge, you find a bunch of baby vegetables waiting to be eaten.
Not up for eating baby sacrifices.
Feeling groggy from the adrenaline coursing through your veins, you decide to take a seat in the living room, thinking about what to do while bathing in the moonlight.
Sure is bright tonight. It's almost as if someone turned up the brightness. Is it morning already? But it's still 3 o'clock. Did I oversleep? That's odd. The room looks so different. And barely any color.
A strange, staticky, reverberating voice echoes out from the walls.
Hello?
Your special mug that you won from a spin the wheel at the mall is shaking in midair.
What the fuck? You done? I would have been, until he started making weird ghost sounds.
Moses! I've seen for 30 years. There's power and tremble from this.
Wow. You need new material, then. Now get out of my house!
Can't be! I've been looking forward to scaring the living!
Uh-huh, get out. Give me that before you break it. It's my favorite mug.
You snatch the cup from the air and wave your hand around it, checking for the string.
Huh?
To your surprise, there was no string attached.
I must have detached it when I snatched it away.
Who are you to command me, peasants? I demand to see your lord!
I forgot that was the thing. Ah, yes. The most useful weapon in this situation.
Why don't you show yourself so I can hit you with this book, Karen?
My name's not Karen.
Don't care! I'm calling the police if you don't get out of here.
Vanish. I'll show them the power of maze.
I'm gonna guess that's the pronunciation, I don't care. And so you did.
What are you doing with that object on your ear?
911, what's your emergency?
A weird magician broke into my house and is playing a prank on me.
Weird?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Do you need assistance?
Yes, I need assistance! Hello?
Ow! Son of a bitch. The call disconnects right after you hear the operator throw her headset away. Whoops. Whoops!
Huh?
You look down at the phone, wondering why the operator screamed in pain. You dial again. 911, what's your emergency? Ow! The same thing happened. This time it sounded like the operator's headsets shocked him. Okay.
Where's your reinforcements now, peasant?
What did you do to the phone?
Embodying the phone.
Oh, stop with that stupid D&D medieval accent.
I love you.
I don't know what you did to the walls or the phone, but I'm not playing around. Ah! What the hell?
A fiery blue ball of flame appeared out of nowhere.
You're a real ghost!
You started running towards the stairs as soon as the demon starts monologuing, fearing that it'll kill you once he finishes like every villain in a movie. Without much thought, you hop over the rails and bolt for the kitchen. But it was too late. Another fireball blocks your path.
Please, why are you doing this?
You a lesson. Tell the master he belong in my hands. I will burn his house down and sit.
Huh?
I will burn his house down and
Huh?
just a second. So how's the weather?
You rush to the altar and grab the second holiest weapon at your disposal.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit! I command you to leave at once!
Yeah, come on.
The room begins to shake once more, but this time the room started shifting from grey to color.
It's actually working. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, I command you to leave this place at once! Huh? Woohoo! I did it! I cast the demon out of my own house!
You place the holy relic back at the altar and give a small prayer of thanks.
Thank you, Lord, for driving the evil away. I'll forgive you for the time you sent the rats on my pet chicken. Amen. Well, this was a weird night.
A knock on the door, and behind it, you see colors shifting from red to blue. Scurrying to the peephole, you find a familiar golden Labrador and a German Shepherd policeman waiting outside by the door.
The police? Why are they here?
Looking around the room, you notice the telephone isn't set properly.
The 911 call. Wait! How am I supposed to explain to them that it was a demon who came after me? Who'd believe in that?
This is the police. We received a 911 call from this address.
I have to tell them something?
You grab the knob with shaky hands and turn it open.
Thanks for coming, officer.
Are you the one who called?
Yeah.
Are you in trouble?
Not anymore. I can't just tell them that a ghost tried to threaten my life.
Care to explain why you called 911 early in the morning, kid? The police who's talking seems to be a little agitated, probably because, as he just said, it's early in the morning. Hey, you're Haley's kid, aren't you?
Yes? How do you know my mom?
It's me, your neighbor, Uncle Butters. Don't you recognize me? The Labrador seems to brighten the mood, unlike his serious-looking partner, whose judging eyes said you did something wrong to him in a past life. Sergeant Butters, this is not appropriate behavior for your rank. Bah! I know Miss Haley's kids more than anyone in the department, Officer Hans. Sir, I respectfully ask that you follow protocol. Yeah. Is this your first time calling, son?
Yes?
The sergeant picks up his notepad from his back pocket and clicks his pen. All right, I'll need you to tell me your name and the reason why you called 911.
It's Jayce.
Ah, that's right. You're her third kid. You've really grown. Do you really not recognize me?
Sorry. But you do look familiar, sir.
Sarge? Yeah. Now, Jayce, here's what I need you to do. Tell me exactly what happened tonight, and Mr. Grumpy here won't have you put in jail. Sergeant Butters snickers as his partner rolls his eyes and sulks.
Okay. But I won't get into trouble, right? The culprit kinda disappeared.
So long as you tell me and Officer Grumpy here the truth, no.
There was a weirdo hanging around my apartment. He was shouting something.
What did he shout?
I don't know exactly what he was shouting. It sounded like he was role-playing as a wizard.
Was he drunk?
I can't tell him he was dead! But maybe he was drunk and dead? Maybe?
He scribbles something down in his notepad. Can you describe this person?
It was too dark to see. There wasn't any light where he was standing.
Alright, last question.
Almost there.
Do you know where he went?
No, he was gone by the time I got off the phone.
Must have ran off into the forest.
Probably one of those kids again.
Alright, we got everything we need.
Are you gonna tell my mom?
Nah, you're an adult now, aren't you? Living on your own? Where's your sisters?
They're abroad now.
Ah, yes, I heard from your mom that they already finished. Nursing, right? No, you be good, okay?
Yes, thanks, officer. Butters.
He ruffles your hair before leaving you alone to your own devices.
Phew.
Looking at the cross, you can't help but take it with you upstairs to bed.
Ah!
You went back to the altar.
Better take this as well.
The Bible.
Burning. The sensation of burning tickling your feet. The rattling and creaking of burnt wood and metal echoing all around you. You couldn't move. You couldn't even look away. Rather, you relish in the sight of burning buildings and people alike. Screams of agony and despair cried out by men, women, and children, screaming and cursing, right underneath your feet. You take sweet pleasure from it. It's as if they sing your name in high praises. You feel a grin spreading across your face, a grin so wide and terrible that you fear a mirror would appear right in front of you. You want to stop, you want to cry, you want this nightmare to end, but you kept grinning and started to chuckle. Then it grew to a chortle. Your body writhes in joy as the city kept burning. It was horrifying. It was cruel. Then at last you began to laugh hysterically at the world. You gasp loudly, shaking the very room, feeling like your heart is about to explode. Lungs expanding rapidly as if they just started working. Lingering thoughts and feelings creeping at the edge of your mind. Horrible, detestable feelings. Then the darkness swallows it, only but a tinge left over.
It was just a dream. Just a dream. Just a dream.
Wednesday, 4:31 a.m. There was a knock on the door, disturbing your ever-needed sleep. Just as you were about to utter the death curse, your brain quickly reminded you of who's knocking.
Right.
Crusted flecks of tears came off of your sheets. It reminded you of that horrible dream. You put on a pair of socks and your old running shoes. Opening the door, you saw a lion heaving before pulling himself up to his usual confident self, albeit still out of breath and sweating profusely. Macon just arrived by the gate, keeping himself at a steady, regular pace, unlike the lion who came in before him. He gives you a wave while keeping his legs moving in place.
Morning, Jayce.
His voice cracks.
Huh? You don't look so good.
Well, duh.
It's 4 in the morning. Tom takes a look at the clock.
That's close to 5. Did you play video games all night again?
Not really. Darn. Shoot, I should have just said yes. Gotta commit. But who am I gonna blame?
Who you gonna blame? Let's blame teenagers.
Darn teenagers. And their stupid forest party.
They had a party in your backyard?
No. I gotta keep my facts straight. They were partying close to the forest. I even called the cops on them.
Well, that's good. We don't want a fire accident. But maybe it's karma. Remember back then, we camped out in the forest and made so much noise.
I remember. We were laughing our asses off with Just for Ha's on FurTube.
Your parents had to come over and scold us and force us to sleep.
What else are we supposed to do? We ran out of snacks and ghost stories to tell.
Which beats the purpose of camping. I'm still surprised you were able to get the Wi-Fi.
All you need is some aluminum foil, scotch tape, toilet roll, and a clear view of the tent.
Well, good to know. Anyways,
He cuts himself off as he takes a closer look at your attire with mild distaste.
you're going in that?
My shoes?
You lift up a leg to show the worn-out soles on your running shoes.
No. But it's now on the list.
A list for what?
Never you mind. Do you have anything else? You'll catch a cold.
But they're comfy.
It's 23 degrees outside.
Just as foretold, the cold wind behind Tom flushes through your downy fur, making you bristle to its icy chill.
Oh, but I got nothing else besides my school clothes.
Seriously?
I only brought 5 pairs of clothes with me. 2 are still in the dryer. I wasn't expecting to start jogging.
Oh. Well,
Tom places his hand behind his neck, looking up to the ceiling for an answer. After a while, he looks down in defeat.
I guess you can't go today.
He smiles through the sadness. You know he wanted to spend more time with you.
Let's just go. Once I get going, I'll probably start a tornado from how much heat I'll be making.
You do turn into a mini furnace when you're playing. But still.
I don't know why you're so concerned. Just look at Macon.
You point at Macon wearing a hoodie tank top. He's running around the sidewalk like a dog chasing his tail.
Both of his arms have the surface area of my whole body. Between you, me, and him, you're the one overdressed.
You're comparing a grape to a watermelon.
Surface area.
You place your hands together in your chest and spread them apart.
Seriously, I'm fine. And to make another point,
I really don't want to stay here any longer.
Why is that?
it's haunted.
You jokingly admit. There is some doubt in your mind that what happened earlier this morning was some double dream nightmare or a crazy trip. But that doubt immediately lost its integrity by the missing cross and the Bible from its altar, evident by the contrast of dust from where they once were.
Fine, fine. But if you feel sick, you have to tell me, okay?
You nod.
You ready?
Yep.
You raise your bag.
Alright then.
30 minutes later.
We're almost there.
We were already there!
And I told you to stay at the gym, but you insisted.
I thought we were going out for ice cream.
I clearly said we were going for another round.
And I'm pretty sure that you said we were going for another round of ice cream.
You should take him to Miguel's again.
He's been eating ice cream almost every day. He's gonna get pudgy by the end of the semester.
Budgie.
You can have this instead.
Tom tosses you a granola bar.
Food!
Without much thought, you rip open the package and take a huge bite off. Between the soft, chewy caramel and the fine, dry oats, a burst of tangy sweetness overtakes the whole flavor. Suddenly, you scream out with a raspy, high-pitched voice.
Get
What was in that?
Raisins.
You begin to roll on the floor with one hand on your neck and the other flailing about, like that one scene in a movie about an evil magic ring. Oh my god! I forgot they also made this reference.
Jayce, you're getting your clothes dirty.
stupid hobbit shit.
Why is that censored? Oh, I get it now. Wow, I was still a pup when that released. Can't believe I forgot about him.
Jayce just remembers the crazy characters. Bet he can't even remember half of the cast.
You screamed out in a wheezing, tortured shriek. Similar to when one of the iconic characters is being tortured for the whereabouts of the evil magic ring.
Huh?
You feel something rolling on your back, an odd sensation that is impossible for a rock. It rolled along your spine, causing a weird tingling pleasure surging from the tip of your tail. You reach behind and pick it up.
Ooh.
That's my reaction to the CG. It's a large red marble. The color is odd. No light seems to pass through beside the reflection off of its surface. Inside the marble is nothing but pitch dark red. It almost seems to be swirling around like liquid.
My precious!
What you got there?
You scuttle off of the floor in a tiring and freaky crab walk, turning your back to Tom as you marvel at the marble.
My own, my love, my precious.
After announcing your devoted love to the precious, the hand of a very muscular, tall, handsome lion hobbit takes the precious away.
Precious! Precious!
You're acting crazy for a marble?
Give us the precious!
You intentionally limit your height by bending your legs lower and started hopping like a frog, reaching for the precious. Tom follows along with your dumb antics and keeps the marble at eye level.
Ooh. Ooh. What's wrong?
Gotten cold all of a sudden.
Oh, we rested for too long. Come on, Jayce. Before this furnace also catches a cold.
He knocks on Macon's chest, who in turn looks at him in confusion. Tom hands you the marble and started jogging away with Macon. You pocket the marble after one last glance at its reddish sheen. Wednesday, 6:24 a.m. At the gym, Tom and Macon are already starting out their next course of muscle torture. You take your time resting on the bench while marveling at the men. Particularly to a red-maned lion. He starts off hunched forward with a bell-shaped weight in front. His back horizontally straight with his legs slightly bent, arms forward, forming almost a perfect T. His ass stretching the already loose fabric to contour to his well-toned butt. Just as you were about to tilt your body for a better view, he begins to pull the weight between his legs and pull it up with a mighty pelvic thrust, swinging the weight forward along his impressive back. Tom repeats this 12 times with your eyes glued to the weights between his legs. He places the weights hanging forward, and lo and behold, his hips are thrusting forward. He's barely swinging the bell anymore, rather he's swinging his hips, fucking the air where you're looking.
Is he teasing me?
A second look at Tom's wavy eyebrows says yes.
Yes! Must resist committing public indecency.
Then he chuckles. That made you confused and conjure up a head of John. There he fucking is in the corner too. I love him. Hi, bastard. Remembering the times he teased you with a pool noodle attached to his junk, then furiously masturbating it. The time he mooned you during the night on a camping trip saying the were deer is coming. And the time he grabbed your ass for prostate cancer. Tom never did anything remotely similar to that. This, however, is his first. You couldn't be sure if he was playing just like his brother, so you end up pulling up your wall and waited for his reaction. Until he fired a wink, blasting through the emotional wall. He continues on for the next set, looking more energetic than ever. You spend the rest of your time doing light workouts. There's a lingering scent of chlorine with a mix of household sweet-scented deodorizer as you enter the lockers. It reminds you of the dirty gifts previous tenants would leave you when you needed to clean for the next tenant. You gag a little and swat the festering memory away. You have your bag slinging on your shoulder, having second thoughts whether to head back home and shower or just go through with it. You did bring your clothes for this. It would be a wasted opportunity. Nikki time! Can I hear this on YouTube?
Okay, just go in and get out in 1 minute. Only one problem. Should I shower with my underwear on?
You shrug and take your clothes off.
It's go time.
Tiptoeing into the public shower, you find the area to be moderately clean, at least. You place your towel and amenities hanging on one of the hooks. Immediately after turning the shower on, you squeeze a whole bottle of shampoo in yourself and started scrubbing fast and hard, fearing that any minute now an old wrinkly dude would come in all of his glory, destroying the sanctity of your perverse delusions. Gross, 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 gross. Then you hear footsteps from the lockers.
Oh shit!
Out of desperation, you hire the imaginary wrinkly old man to block any unneeded horny thoughts feeding the ever-twitching erection, swinging his hips in the most unsexy of ways. He's really good at his job.
Gross, 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 times 10 to the negative 100th. And then make that positive because I can't do math because I'm too gay.
Then wet footsteps. He's here. You reacted immediately by pretending to shower, even though you technically are. You kept the act going as the imaginary old man started swinging his gross dick at imaginary muscle dudes from entering your horny conscious. But as the steps get louder and louder, more and more beautiful men kept appearing in your head. The old man can't keep them out for long. The stranger doesn't seem to mind your presence and started showering one shower head away.
What if I drop the soap in his direction? No, too corny.
Jayce, stop. The old man can't take any more.
But I want to peep so bad.
I cannot air this on YouTube. You internally squeal while barely keeping up with the neutral facade.
Damn, Tom is hot!
Out from the corpse of the brave old man, a young lion takes his place. It was John. And he just let the horny hormones pass through with an evil giggle.
Huh?
Forgoing any warnings, you started checking on Tom's body. Those large, strong, padded feet, those thick, muscular, widespread thighs, and that chiseled ass. You're watering in excitement.
No, stop perving on your best friend.
You turn away from Tom's direction and started scrubbing your hair mercilessly with sheer furiosity. That's not a word. Then you hear a psst behind you. You instinctively turn and find Tom holding his cock and balls with one palm, shaking it as you gasp with widening eyes. The more he shakes, the more it grew. Just as the growing gland was about to release itself from its prison, he lets go and continues on showering like nothing happened. Just as you raise your eyes to his, he's darting them over to the entrance. And that's when you hear footsteps. The imaginary old man can't help you now. You begin to panic. Any minute now, someone could come in and see the shame on you. You look at Tom and want to do, which is a bad idea since he's still hot. Now it's fully hard. It's time to panic. You start with an inaudible scream, followed by a repeated chopping motion with both hands at Tom's dick, then to yours, placing the blame on him for your erection.
Penis, 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 penis!
What the fuck? I can't take this anymore, dude. I think these lines are new, I don't remember them. Tom gets into the panic as well, making incomprehensible gestures that forms no sense of what he's trying to say. Then he voiced out, "Stop looking at me!" You would have, could have, but his ever-erecting cock makes it harder not to. Now both of you are fully erect. Then came the stranger. A familiar stranger. A stranger you want to ignore deep in your soul for some reason. The stranger looks at both of you, staring at two mortified, turgid felines. Then he focuses his attention to you.
So, you finally got the balls to face me.
What does he mean by that? Is he talking about my balls?
It's time to settle the score.
Tyr, what are you doing?
The lion places himself between you and the scary tiger with a 7-inch dagger.
Shower, duh. But now he's here. I can finally settle the score.
Tyr, we've talked about this.
Shut it, Nully! I'm done listening to your sorry excuses. Or rather,
Congrats on going from a coward to a I'm not saying that word. Tyr folds his arms close to his chest, standing on his toes to become taller and more intimidating than Tom.
you know you can't beat me, Nully.
The tiger puffs his chest, making himself look big.
Mine's bigger.
Fucking... The puffy tiger takes off his towel and reveals his weapon. A weapon of 8.5 inches. Tom is outmatched. So is the amount of offsprings carried by that large sag. Tom backs away, being pushed back from its sheer size, or just trying to avoid touching it.
What's going on in here?
A giant came, eyes all on him. Or rather on his soft dick resting on his fuzzy balls. Tyr smirks. Tom just shakes his head and looks away towards you. You, on the other hand, are completely disappointed by the massive man's unfulfilling size.
Oh.
The giant clicks his tongue, looking down at 3 turgid felines. You guys, I don't know how to say this.
Oh no. Are we gonna get kicked out?
You guys suck. You know I'm up for a sausage party. Now both felines back away to sheer massive 10-inch power.
It's huge! It's beautiful.
Who's first? Barked the large wolf, laughing and swinging his weapon against 2 moderately armed felines.
I'm done. Come on, Jayce.
He grabs your hand in his towel and pulls you out of your heaven.
No!
Oh. Wait! The tiger halts the giant. I have to be sure.
Go right ahead.
Just as you leave, the tiger knelt down, placing his eyes at cock level.
No! I'm gonna miss the best part!
At the lockers, Tom lets you go and started fiddling with the combination lock. He picks up what appears to be a can of deodorizer and started spraying himself all over his body.
You're putting on a lot of deodorant there.
You say as you wave the mist away.
No, this is a quick drying spray.
The rich people spray.
Hey, it works. Makes drying a lot easier. You know how bad wet fur smells.
But at what cost? An arm?
He looks at the label.
$12.
And how much is inside?
About 12 ounces.
Ha!
Don't hiss it till you try it.
He aims the spray at your hair and gives you a quick spurt.
Ah.
And a little bit of a comb here.
He takes out a heavy-duty comb and starts brushing your hair.
There.
The older male started laughing, slapping his thighs in unison.
Jayce, you never make my life any duller.
He swings an arm around your neck and pulls you in for a side hug, tactless to your current dressing.
That's why I love hanging out with you so much.
Tom?
You interrupted Tom. Already, being close to him is causing another erection.
We're still naked.
Guess we are.
He lets go and turns to his locker, still blushing and rummaging around as to make an excuse to look busy.
Come on now. We should start brushing our fur dry before...
He eyes the entrance towards the showers.
They finish whatever they're doing inside.
Your ears immediately swing to the showers, trying to listen for a specific fleshy sound that you've always dreamed of hearing in real life. Nothing but the sound of splashing water, unfortunately. You look to Tom, who's having trouble getting his wavy tail from going under the band of his jockstrap. A memory begins to surface as the weary confusion from last night's haunting became a distant imagination.
Tom?
Yeah?
Just as you were about to say something, the lion jumps as his tail flings itself free above the band, causing the elastic to snap at its master's ass.
God, I hate my tail. It has a mind of its own. What were you saying, Jayce?
He tries again, this time by curling his tail like a spring.
Later.
As your best friend begins to put on more clothes, you respectfully turn away to give him some privacy. However, in that moment, your eyes unintentionally catch a glimpse of his immaculate and ample backside, which leaves you momentarily... Later. You're idling by, waiting for Tom to unlock his bike.
Come on.
Trouble is in the wheels, literally. He can't seem to fit any of the two keys properly. Either because he has to be in a weird angle to insert the key, or the lock keeps rejecting the key out. Seems like the perfect time to talk about something.
What did you mean by being a Leo?
What do you mean? Oh, at the bakery.
The lion looks confused and rather perplexed with this sudden question. He closed his eyes in thought and scratched the top of his head with the key.
I'm not sure how to say this, but I kind of forgot what it was all about.
There has to be a reason if you're blaming your own race. I blame mine for being short.
Short? You're the biggest cat I've known.
Big, not tall.
You're tall on all sides.
He mocks you with a pinch in your chubby, flabby tummy.
Ah!
I guess I'm blaming them for keeping the status quo.
Tom takes up his key just below the sun and looks at the notches for defects. He doesn't seem to be bothered by his statement.
I'm surprised you're asking. He used to live in the Elenam state. Bureaucrats, politicians, oligarchs. Rallies that don't make any sense.
I don't know. I can't really say that politics was a thing in my family.
Sure you have. Everyone in Elenam is politically driven. It's the capital city of propaganda, hypocrisy, and high crime rates.
I guess I was lucky. Most of my childhood was spent in school and in my dad's apartment.
Really? What about business gatherings?
Business gatherings?
Yeah, like,
He scratches his chin with the key, trying to come up with a scenario.
you know, big man gathering around the table.
You imagine yourself on the table surrounded by large, burly, naked men posing for the camera.
The closest I can think of is when my aunts and uncles invited us over for dinner.
Uh-huh. But isn't your dad a doctor? Surely he brought you into his office to show you off.
He does bring me to his clinic for a weekly checkup.
A weekly checkup?
I am a mixed after all.
You shrug.
Oh, right. That's, good to know.
But what does all of this have to do with you being a Leo?
Tom looks away, taking his time to think while splitting the fur on his forehead with his key.
I don't know anymore.
He sighs and went back to tinkering with the bike lock, missing from either heat stroke or poor eye coordination.
At first, I thought your dad was traditional. But after what you just told me, I guess he's better than most Pantheras. You're pretty lucky, Jayce. Felicians usually don't get a lot of care over there.
Huh?
All I'm saying is that my race doesn't have a lot of good history with yours. So, let's just forget about your dad and look forward to making our own future. I've already decided to just let it go.
A bit forgiving, aren't you? I wouldn't mind if you kicked my dad on the chin. I'll just look away. With a mirror on hand.
Wow, how benevolent of you.
He waves his hand dismissively and finally unlocks the locks.
Let's just call it even between me and him. He did do one good thing for me.
He pats the dust off of the cushions and hops on.
What's that?
He got me a best friend who lets me kick his dad. Now get on.
Standing on the pegs with the wind in your fur, the sun blinding you with its morning rays, paws holding firm to Tom's shoulders, anxiety starts to pool in your stomach. There is a question in your heart that seeks an answer. The answer, however, lies within the person you're holding.
Was Tom ever direct? I always imagined him to be a shy guy. Like that kiss last night. That was unexpected, but expected, in a way. It's not like I dislike this new side of Tom.
You're moving a lot back there. Something eating you, Jayce?
It's nothing.
You sure? Just so you know, even though we haven't talked much since I graduated, I'm still the same.
The proud lion shows his big pearly whites as he turns his head toward you.
Yeah, about that.
Then let it out. Don't hold back.
It's gonna be weird.
That never stopped us before.
The lion expresses with so much energy that it's making you think that something is wrong, and your tummy concurs with a...
Come on, I want to know what you're thinking.
Talk about it.
I was thinking about your dick.
And just like that, you killed him. Tom didn't say anything, but if you place your ears closely to his head, you can hear the sound. Fuck. Tom didn't say anything, but if you place your ears closely to his head, you can hear the tone of a broken dial-up, as well as the sound of his fur being scratched by his finger.
Wow.
Welcome back.
Just wow.
Told you it's gonna be weird.
Yeah, but wow.
I know, your dick is amazing. You don't have to keep rubbing it in.
God damn it, Jayce. Don't say it like that.
You can see him placing his hand on his face, ears turning red like his mane.
This is fun. No wonder John does this.
I bet this was John's doing.
Funny that you mentioned him. I've been seeing him after you started swinging your dick around.
What does that mean? Was he there?
In spirit.
You think I was acting like John?
Yep. Honestly, it freaked me out. When you were swinging your dick, he was like in the corner of my eye, waiting to attack.
Shit, I shouldn't have listened to him.
What was that?
Nothing. I was, listen, you can just forget what happened at the gym. That wasn't me.
That was John, then?
Stop bringing him up. I'm being serious here.
I can't help it. John's a deviant, and now you're a deviant.
An imaginary arrow flew into Tom's head with a note saying deviant.
I was just trying to be fun.
He huffs, puffing his cheeks to a pout.
You've strayed from the path, Tom. You've become John, too.
Another imaginary arrow strikes true, with a note saying John squared. The lion roars in a fit of rage and embarrassment, cheeks and ears redder than his mane.
It's fine, really. I find it really masculine.
He snaps his head away, pouting.
Oh, you're cute when you pout.
I'm not pouting.
Definitely pouting, with puffy cheeks and all.
Then why are you saying this after comparing me to my brother?
You asked for it. I just answered. Honestly, it doesn't bother me at all. So long as you don't do it in public.
So long as it's private?
Yeah, I...
You slide your hand to his chest and give it a gentle squeeze.
I do like what I've seen so far.
And that's where I'm going to leave it. So, this episode was very, very packed. So I think it was a good one to come back on. We got the introduction of what I can only assume is the overarching plotline of some description. Either that or some new element of the story, which I am excited to see brought to fruition. That's right, people. This isn't just a daily slice of life romance thing. It's a supernatural horror story. Also, yeah, this is going to be a fun one to try and air on YouTube. So wish me luck with that, I suppose. But apart from all of that, I don't really have much else to say other than sorry for taking so long, and I'm glad to be back, and I hope you enjoy having me back. The 52 of you who have subscribed to me as of time of recording, which I am eternally grateful for, by the way. I didn't make a video calling it out, I just made I think I just made like a post whenever I got to 50. And I realized that's really small in comparison to other people who are doing this, but I don't care because, yeah, 50 people. That's like an entire classroom full of people listening to me talk. Maybe I should become a teacher or something. But yes, thank you all so much for joining me again with Socially Awkward. I really hope you've enjoyed so far, and as usual, I'll be leaving links in the description to where you can support this project and the creator. And me, please, if you don't mind. But aside from that, thank you all so much for watching. This has been Pink Wisp, reading Socially Awkward, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.